When somebody calls the police to report whatever, you think they wouldn't be dumb enough to lie their asses off. Think again. Fact number 1, reporting parties lie, even about the smallest details. Fact number 2, lying is most prevalent when the reporting party is angry. Fact number 3, anger is the result, not the motive for lying. Fact number 4, the most common motive for lying is the acute need for revenge against the person. Pay attention to YouTube videos to see just how common an occurrence this really is. Fact number 5, the routine, more open-ended calls for service are like any other call for service, where the responding officers are supposed to remain both objective and skeptical. And then there's fact number 6, officers are supposed to work on behalf of both parties during a dispute. So why is it that a lot of police officers act like they don't know any of this? And why is it I have to keep explaining their jobs to them? I mean, I'm just a dumb retired game warden.
Slenderman Mythology presents.
That's right, pal. We got a call and you're being detained. Oh no, we're too stupid to know what to do. What's wrong with that? We got a call and we're too stupid to know what to do. I'll bet you that Rise of the Oathbreakers Part 2, America's Crisis of Competency in Law Enforcement, covers this. Let's go find it. This should be instructive. We got a call. 3 of the most feared words that a person can hear from a cop. It's right up there with "you're under arrest," or "you're being detained," or "you're getting a ticket." Anyway, we got a call. Police love "we got a call." It gives them a reason to make contact. And once they make contact, that's when they become so unpredictable, so stupid. Because it's almost guaranteed that at least they're going to try to get a hold of everybody's ID, whether it's warranted or not.
I need you to break out some ID there, pal. Well, we got a call. Oh, you're refusing ID? Put your hands behind your back.
What the police and the prosecutors and the judges have allowed police to do is it's no longer reasonable, articulable suspicion of a crime. It has mutated into reasonable, articulable suspicion of a call. Somebody might mention a crime, but where's the corroboration? Where's the evidence? What are the facts and circumstances? Remember those 3 words. What are the facts and circumstances that would lead a reasonable officer to believe that a particular person has committed, is committing, or is about to commit a specific crime? The key part being there has to be a specific crime, one that is articulated. It's not reasonable, articulable suspicion of a call. It's reasonable, articulable suspicion of a crime, of a specific crime. We, the citizens of this country, need to rein the police in. We need to learn our rights and stop capitulating and allowing ourselves to be intimidated by these clowns. Part 2, know your rights. Now, this is an example where the auditor, in this case, and it's Rogue Nation, does a fantastic job. But just keep in mind, if you have a determined officer and you're not going to ID, you're going to go to jail. But because he knew his rights, he took control of the situation. So this is an example of how to deal with officers. Although we're going to get into some of the not so good examples here soon.
Okay, do you have some ID, sir?
For what?
Because it's standard protocol. Anytime we get a call, someone will come out here and identify them.
Even though he was being filmed, this officer still spouted a bunch of bullshit. We know it. It's standard protocol when we get a call. You know, there are times when the caller is another cop, or it's a friend of the cop. A call is not a crime. He's doing this why? Even though he's being filmed, like I said. Is he stupid? Or is he used to intimidating people to give up their ID? He's used to people not knowing their rights and he can bullshit his way through. The people who don't know their rights, they're the ones who get us who know their rights and know the ID laws hurt and possibly killed because cops don't like to be told no.
It's standard protocol, so it's standard protocol to violate the Fourth Amendment.
I'm not violating your Fourth Amendment, sir. I'm not
Do you
doing
suspect me of a crime?
We got a reasonable suspicion because you were called upon.
Okay, so a call gives you a reasonable suspicion? Then?
Yes.
What case is that?
Sir, do you have identification on you?
No, I don't. I don't carry identification on me because I don't break the law. And the law is only required if you suspect me of committing, have committed, or about to commit a crime. Getting a call is not reasonable suspicion. Absolutely was. This property right here, it's all public property. That's why it says Harrison County right there in the front.
Any particular reason why you want to videotape?
Because it's all right. Because I'm a citizen journalist and I go around looking to make sure that the government is doing what they should be, not having their hands in the till, that kind of stuff. So, yeah, it's perfectly legal. I do it all over the country.
What did I say about reasonable, articulable suspicion of a call at the beginning of this video? That police, prosecutors, and judges have knowingly or unknowingly, makes no difference, allowed the police to substitute reasonable, articulable suspicion of a call in place of reasonable, articulable suspicion of a specific crime. That's what this officer did. Now, I'm not aware if there was a crime reported with this. The only information we have is they got a call. The next one I'm sure you're all familiar with. It's Trey Citizen dealing with the Greer, South Carolina Police Department. He gets arrested. It's a situation that he was filming. Somebody called him in. The sergeant here said, well, somebody called. That makes you suspicious and blah, blah, blah. And then when I get done this segment, I'll cut to the other sergeant who shows up and says the same thing. And Trey doesn't know his rights. The best that Trey does, well, I ain't suspected of committing a crime. I don't have to present IDs. Right. But that wasn't nearly enough to get him over the hump with these idiot cops. The bottom line is, in these circumstances, you have to take control away from the police. It's not reasonable suspicion of a call. It's reasonable suspicion of a crime. I recommend that people not try to say articulable. In a stressful situation, they can't say it properly. They can't pronounce it properly. And that takes power away from the person because now they're stuttering. They sound stupid, and that's their fault. And it weakens what they're trying to say from the perspective of the officers. Because any kind of stuttering and stammering means that the officers are going to interpret that as weakness and that you're not sure of what you're saying. People need to stop trying to say articulable. It's reasonable suspicion of a crime, not call. Before we focus our attention on the other idiot sergeant, regarding this idiot sergeant, what if he hadn't got a call? You see, he's relying on the call, and that was suspicious, blah, blah, blah. The exclusionary rule, the fruit of the poisonous tree, is in play. Because there was no crime associated with the call, will be deemed unlawful, and everything falls apart because all the evidence, which I don't know what it is, because there isn't any, will get suppressed. And a prosecutor who would take a case like this in the first place, that's malicious prosecution. But they don't know better. I mean, it's all good old boys club, isn't it? Hunting and fishing buddies, and, Friday nights they drink and smoke cigars and, watch a little porn. These guys they suck.
Do you have your ID on you?
Have I done anything wrong?
Well, you're recording a suspicious activity, which puts this into a category of suspicious activity. This means that Terry versus Ohio, I can detain you until I can determine or deny that there's
Terry v. Ohio says.
Now you're being ridiculous, Sergeant. It's not reasonable suspicion of a call. How dare you? It's reasonable suspicion of a specific crime. You have to articulate facts and circumstances relating to a specific crime, which you can't do. You can't detain on mere suspicion, hunches, gut feelings, or to conduct fishing expeditions. Sarge, you make a false arrest, I'm going to make you look stupid on the stand. It's only going to take me one question. And don't think I'm not going to take this to the media. You violate my First Amendment rights, that means you can violate anybody's First Amendment rights? Why do I have to tell you your job? Why do I have to explain the law? And that's where you're really making yourself look stupid. Try to detain on suspicious activity. You can't even define it, you idiot.
Hey, sir. Again.
Name, badge number?
Sergeant Forrester, 301.
All right, how you doing?
Good. How can I help you?
Well, he contacted me. He wants my ID for no reason, so I need a supervisor to let him know that, without any crime being committed, I don't have to present my ID.
Well, he actually got a call on you.
Well, what crime have I committed?
Well, anytime somebody calls in and reports suspicious activity,
It's suspicious of felony or misdemeanor.
it's neither one, but he asked.
Okay, thank you. So he said it was a misdemeanor. So now we have a conflict on which one it is.
The guy on the right is Lieutenant Fat Body Holcomb. He's the one who just gets in Trey's face. Give me ID, give me ID. He's caught in the loop, which I've talked about in previous videos. When a cop doesn't know what to do next, they zero in an ID, and that's all they do, throwing out, give me ID, give me ID, give me ID. Are you refusing? I'm only going to tell you one more time, put your hands behind your back. Holcomb he gets all red in the face, and he's just a fat body. He's an idiot, too. Nobody knows the law. This example is where the police go one step even further than what we've seen already. And they all do the same thing. And we'll get into the play-by-play here as we watch the video. But they've got it all figured out. They know how to circumvent the law. What these officers end up doing to this gentleman is the very same thing that asshole officer Kay Fisher did to Jeff Gray down in Dothan, Alabama, or Dothan, whatever. Jeff isn't bothering anyone, not breaking law. He's filming that COVID test site, one site security, while we don't like what he's doing. And because this country's full of Karens and Darrens who are the enablers of cops like this and like Kay Fisher, they call the cops. Kay Fisher shows up, even called him a frauditor. So Fisher starts accusing Jeff, who wasn't breaking the law, of creating a disturbance. Because whatever Jeff was doing caused site security concern enough, they call 911, and now Fisher's out there because of whatever it was Jeff was doing. So that constitutes a disturbance. And what did Fisher demand his information for? A report. You see how they're getting around this RAS? Well, I'm here because of you, and I have to do a report, so you have to give me your information. And prosecutors and judges are going along with it. We got a call. We're here conducting an investigation, even though there's no crime to investigate, but people seem to never call them on that. And this guy didn't. In fact, he actually encouraged them. And that drives me nuts. And because they're there conducting a non-criminal investigation, screw RAS, screw probable cause, I need all your information for a report. And if you don't give me your information for my report, that's obstruction. They have it down. And this is spreading. I guarantee you, it's spreading.
You have your ID on you?
Why do I need ID?
Well, I'm going to do a report on this.
I don't need a report. What I get my ID for?
Well, I got to have your information.
No, no. I ain't committed a crime.
Okay, listen.
Okay, we're not arguing about this.
No,
We just
I ain't committed a crime.
All right, listen to me. All right. Now that I got called down here,
Okay.
now it's an investigation. Okay, I have to
Investigate.
do a report on this.
Investigate.
Okay, listen to me. I have to do a report on it. All right. So with that, I have to identify who you are.
What's your badge and name?
Sergeant Carter 205.
Okay. What crime have I committed or
What?
suspected of committing?
I didn't
What's your
say
RAS?
I didn't say you.
You gotta have RAS. This is not a stop and ID state,
Listen
sir.
to me. You're escalating this, and you don't need to be escalating.
Escalate? I'm not escalating nothing.
Okay. Now you're obstructing my.
How am I obstructing?
Do what?
How am I obstructing, sir?
Because I asked for your identification. In the state of Georgia, you have to give me your identification when I ask for it. Because I got called down here for an investigation.
I need your supervisor.
Are you going to give me your identification?
Why would
Yes
I
or
get
no?
your...
Are you going to give me your identification? Yes or no?
Under threat of arrest?
Yes.
Under threat of arrest.
for what?
You're going to jail for obstruction if you don't.
But
He
the
don't
thing
have
is...
it
We're
on
past
him.
that. We're past
Why are you doing
No,
this?
no, excuse me.
And there it is. The cops win again because they're paper checkers and nobody reins them in. They do what they want. They have the numbers. They got qualified immunity. They have supportive administrative staff, prosecutors who are on board, and judges who are on board. This is what we're up against. The cops are going to win. They're going to win just like this, even if they have to lie and fabricate. They don't like being told no. They want your ID because they want to run you for warrants. America's got to figure this shit out, guys.